Now, I really want to kind of dive into the one book that you wrote, which is The Belief Roadmap. And I know you've created a really beautiful graphic in this book. Again, the book is The Belief Roadmap, The 7 Foundations of Health. It's in this kind of like a pyramid shape. And you have, of course, the 4 fitnesses of physical health and mental health and all of that. But at the very peak of that pyramid is significance. And that really like struck a chord in me when I read that. And I wanted to ask you to explain why, like, what is that thing that we crave with regards to being significant? Maybe it's even like leaving our legacy so that when we die, we didn't like waste our time on this earth. Could you elaborate a little bit on that definition and feeling and need to have significance in your life?
Yeah, sure. I'm not quite sure how the pyramid came to be. It's, one of those creative things that as I was struggling to figure out what happy living was.
Yeah.
My niche is happiness, and it's big and it's bold, and our mission is to improve the health and well-being of the world, which is gigantuous.
Yes.
But one person at a time.
Yes.
Which brings it down to home. With that scale of happy living and trying to create a niche, alternatively, what I did is I'm going to discipline ourselves to what we can write about, what we can research on, and our whole approach as we're writing and doing podcasts and sharing information is not to say, Andrea, this is what you should do. I did this for my cholesterol, and therefore you should do it, and I'm prescribing it to you. Rather, it's to share with you, this is what I've learned and what I'm doing and the results I'm getting.
Yes.
And so we came up with the 4 fitnesses, which you talked about: physical fitness, mental fitness, spiritual fitness, and financial fitness, which makes us a lot different from a lot of...
Yeah, and we're going to talk about that soon.
And then love and adventure, and those are kind of self-explanatory. And then significance, the idea of significance is kind of like from Maslow's hierarchy of needs. You cannot do something, I think his top is self-actualization. You can't even think about self-actualization if you're hungry and you don't have shelter. But as we build more capacity in our lives with our time or with our skills or with our finances, or as we build capacity to take care of ourselves and then have more that we can give,
yes,
that lets us begin to reshape our lives and say, let me do more of what I want to do and less of what I have to do, because I've taken care of my have to do's. And as I started to get into that part of my life, I discovered, and how I define significance is doing something you love, which is really important, but it's not enough, that provides value to others. And if you can do those 2 things, I think that's the sweet spot of life. And so that's how that's what significance means. And
I would 100% agree with that, is when you are doing something from a place of service instead of a place of survival.
Right.
It's amazing how much different you control your business, you control your life.